Here is a country of great contrast.
Great civilization of antiquity.
A foreign country a step away.
All right, we're back. It's the Casa de Cavazos. Justin in Chicago, Nathan and Ada both in Harlingen, Texas, in the pod room, providing that Tejano connection to reality. How's it going? We have a very special episode today, don't we?
Didn't you finally officially announce your
Yes.
candidacy for Texas 15?
I guess that did happen.
Yeah.
I'm officially running for Congress in Texas 15.
Wow.
After talking about it for many months.
Yeah, then we weren't allowed to talk about it for like 2 weeks on the pod directly, even though you'd already talked about it on the pod
Yeah.
before.
Yes. So let's say it here first. No one told me to run. I told myself to run.
Is there a narrative that someone told you to run?
There's all sorts of weird narratives out there. I tell myself what to do.
We definitely didn't tell you to run.
You guys did actually bring up the idea. I believe it was Nathan. But now you guys disavow that idea for some reason.
What? I didn't say anything.
I'm pretty sure I have some receipts.
Mm-hmm.
No, like right now, like I'm not disavowing the idea at all.
No, you were disavowing it before, even though you had said it. I believe around 2022.
Mm. So it's been in the works for a minute.
So what's the initial response? Is it good, bad, ugly?
It's been way beyond expectations. People love me.
What?
I mean, not everyone. Not everyone. Not everyone. No one's ever gonna be 100%
Well, just
loved.
random people love you just for just announcing?
Yes. They're extremely excited to have a doctor and a future lawyer who's from the Valley, who worked hard to overcome as their candidate.
I really thought you were about to say that you were going to run the most beautiful, biggest campaign ever.
I don't know that anyone can ever claim to run the most beautiful campaign ever. The campaigns are going to be rough.
Yeah. Does the incumbent play dirty? So you're facing up against Monica de la Cruz in Texas 15, the Republican candidate who carried that district. Didn't Trump win by like 14 points?
I think he actually won by 18.
18?
And De La Cruz won by 14.
Mm.
But you'll have to fact check that.
Yeah. So how are you feeling about your chances of even doing the primary?
At this moment, I feel way better than I did before, yes.
How
It's
did you feel
good.
before? Were you like, oh, this is horrible?
I think my concern was just it takes a lot of money to run a good campaign. And depending on who gets in there, there's a potential that you don't have enough money to get the name recognition. But at this point, I'm kind of becoming famous already.
Well, we already have more than 50 episodes of the pod, so, I mean, we at least have those listeners in Russia who are just like, ah, yes, of course. We knew about this congressional candidate all along.
Yes.
Finally, someone we can manipulate.
I think people are hungry for a great candidate and for change. And I think I can absolutely deliver on that.
Yeah. I will say, like, when that article in the Texas Tribune came out, like, I know you had an interview with them and you told them your story, you told them
Yes.
what's up, but they barely talked about you and what you're for. They dedicated most of the time in
Yes.
that article to talk about the incumbent and, like, traditional Democrat playbook stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't choose to highlight you as a candidate, your issues, and your story at all.
Maybe because I'm so good, that would look like an advertisement and they're supposed to be nonpartisan.
Yeah, that headline just felt like clickbait. Like I read it and I was just like, there's only one quote here.
Yes.
What happened?
Yes, I was upset about that too because people are already asking about my policies, about my platform, and they want a lot more information. And it would have been nice to have some more of that information in the article.
Yeah. And you did talk about your platform. You did talk about policy in that interview.
Yes, I did. I talked about it a lot. So I was initially upset, but with the response it got, how much traction that article has gotten nationally, as well as the traction it's gotten with the local media and the people, I'm happy.
People just calling you all the time now?
It slowed down today. Yesterday was really bad. There was a lot of Facebook friend requests, message requests. People wanted me to call them. People were trying to contact me on LinkedIn. I'm all for
Yeah.
it as long as I have the
Did
time
you
for
accept
it.
the friend request from the strangers?
I vetted them a little
Okay.
bit. I looked at their pages. I already unfriended one person though because the person was being a little weird. Like the person was being combative on my page with some of the other people who were commenting,
Uh-huh.
and then posted in the KRGB article that, well, we need someone way more public. This person's an unknown. And they're like, what? I mean, Monica de la Cruz was unknown initially. They weren't convinced by this person, but I thought maybe this person's a spy. Like, that was very strange, so I unfriended
Maybe it's
them.
a Russian. Vladimir, we're on to you. We know you've been listening, but
It's another AI chat
I'll
bot.
say this, like, I, as a 43-year-old, don't really hold grudges. So if that person ultimately decided to support me and be cool, then we could be cool again.
yeah, I mean, a lot of uncool people nowadays. But if you're trying to unite people, if you're trying to keep them away from the toxic spheres,
Yeah.
I think it's good to be all for. I'm sure that there will be some mudslinging that comes your way
Yeah.
for some reason.
Sure. Let's go
Yeah.
for it because I was built for it. I've gone through a lot in my life. And I'm ready.
Yeah. So in a way, the campaign is easier than some of the things you've gone through in your life.
Oh, a lot easier than a lot of things that have happened in my life. Sometimes I even forget about some of the things that I've had to overcome.
Because
I'm like, oh man, that was really
that's
shitty.
trauma blocking. You just like compartmentalize it.
Yeah. 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 Someone was saying like so and so will sometimes make threats, and I'm like, are they physical threats? No. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be affected by non-physical threats. Like, I mean, I've worked in the ER.
Mhm.
I've worked in North Philly ERs, or multiple North Philly ERs. Like, it's going to take a lot for me to be scared. It'll take a physical threat.
Yeah.
So you're just giving them the playbook. They just have to
I mean,
physically threaten you.
That is a crime, though. So at least I can get some help with that.
You're spending time in the district. You're spending some time back home with your family. What does your family have to say? Nathan, what do you have to say?
Nothing yet. Waiting to see what the actual response is. I mean, there's already a lot of comments coming out. Waiting to see like if she would actually win the primary, if they would try to use those bad reviews as a physician.
I have lots of responses, and I've already responded to people, and they actually responded positively.
What?
I'm sure, but
Yes, because I told someone, I am an extremely principled person. I am a careful decision maker. I've seen thousands of patients, and I have like 12 bad online reviews. And I said, I don't give antibiotics when they're not indicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you already know somehow we'll turn into a commercial. Bad for patients, bad for Texas.
Then we'll have one that says good for patients.
Sponsored by Monica de la Cruz.
Just literally, I could find 100 people, nurses and doctors, that'll vouch for
And
me.
historically, people don't tend to positively review hospitals and doctors. They only really post when something bad is going on. Like the hospital that my wife
And
works
also-
at has like 3 stars, and they're like, "Oh my god, that's amazing."
Also, the online patients are just prone to writing bad reviews. Before I started doing anything online, I really had no reviews.
Yeah.
Like before I started any kind of insurance reviews or telemedicine, I had like nothing online. Which, if you look it up, most ER doctors have the same situation. 0 reviews, just nothing.
Yeah.
Like people just don't write anything. But ever since I started this,
You mean telehealth?
all of a sudden, telemedicine and some insurance reviews, which I don't really do the insurance reviews anymore. I learned a lot from it, but these people are, I think, maybe more savvy online, and they are online when they're seeing you, and it's very easy for them to go to Google and put bad review because she should give me antibiotics for my alleged strep, which sounds more like a cold, and so they need a strep swab to determine what the treatment plan should be.
Can't you get like strep swabs like at drive-thru at CVS or Walgreens or something?
They're supposed to be available at some stores, but back then when I was working more urgent care telemedicine, I think locally in the Valley, it was not easy to find in like some other places. So it just depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
It may not be easily accessible. You may have to wait for something from Amazon, which is kind of annoying. Like, you don't want to wait a day or two if you have strep. Telemedicine is just very limited in certain situations, particularly with urgent care stuff, acute stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's way better for chronic care stuff and follow-ups. Did you notice the comments on the pod,
Yeah,
though?
I saw him harassing Nathan physically.
Sometimes you can't tell where his face is because of all the hair.
So you're prepared to do like just the 2-person pods once Ada's too busy with the campaign?
I'm never going to be too busy.
Yeah, it'll be.
I'll just do on the road
The pod will be
pods.
part of the campaign.
I will bring my stuff. I've flown with my stuff before. Like, I've shown that I will continue to do the pod.
Well, now's the time. You're actually going to have to do a 3-hour pod now because they're going to make it seem like you cannot talk for 3 hours.
I
That's gonna
could
be
talk
part
for
of the
3 hours.
argument.
It's always Justin who's always like, oh my God, the pod is too long.
I have stuff to do.
At 50
Y'all
minutes.
can keep going after I leave. I mean, that's fine.
You're ruining the pod.
I'm ruining it.
We could be talking for 6 hours.
Do like a 2-part episode. Take all afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be going all around the district, right? You're gonna be going like all the way
Of
up to
course.
Seguin and
New Braunfels.
New Braunfels is
It's the
part of
only
the
way.
map.
Yes.
That's ridiculous. That map is horrible.
You should look at that map. It like goes straight up.
Today I heard a story that maybe the Republicans are going to try to redistrict this district
I
too.
heard that as well.
Which is strange because why do you need more? But the plan would be very bizarre. Like, it would just keep going up, like to Dallas.
What?
Like, what kind of district would that be?
I don't know.
Well, those are people who live very different lives.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with talking to people that are very different.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also hard to have a coherent message that works for everyone when you have such a different group of people.
Well, that's the whole point of voting for Congress people. It's so that you're able to represent your constituency. But when you cut these maps up like this so they're not actually representative of specific regions, then you can't... It's harder to have a candidate who culturally knows what's going on in all those people's lives. All for the sake of taking seats and power away from cities. Like, they will shoot themselves in the foot in these smaller districts in order to make, like, the San Antonio map look less blue.
So we'll see what happens. I think if their ultimate plan is to redistrict the entire 3 districts at the bottom, I think they're going to try to take away all power from the Rio Grande Valley, which is just terrible.
Yeah.
Like, you don't care about people.
Yeah.
You care about only yourself and power. I was also reading that if Trump gets his planned 5 extra seats from Texas, that would mean that Texas is 80% Republican representatives, which is not consistent with our population at all. Like, even further from the current
40% Democratic
setup.
or something like that?
Something like that, 40-some percent, yeah. But they want to make it 20% Democratic representation.
Why isn't this kind of stuff illegal?
I don't know.
Like, I know, like, courts have blocked some super egregious gerrymandering, but I don't know. Like, the fact that people are still trying shit like this means that it's still on the table.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's wrong to only want power. I think you need to care about the people.
Yeah.
Anytime your whole goal is power, you shouldn't be there.
Yeah. So you don't want power.
I mean, I want the power to help the people.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only goal, to help my family and every other family that I represent, and really families throughout the country. Because when you're in Congress, your votes can affect everyone.
Yeah. What do you think is the help that the families in that district need right now?
I mean, I could go on and on about that. But I think that we need more affordable health care. I think we need more physicians. We need to expand the medical school. We need to look at getting a county hospital. I think we need better education. Our schools need to have better resources so our teachers can do an even better job. And we need to get to the point where the teachers have room to innovate and be even better teachers, because they're not just teaching to a test all the time. And we need a better economy.
Yeah.
We need to have jobs here that pay well and keep people in the district. We should support making this as good as possible so we don't have a brain drain.
Well, like you being an ER physician, it's a very in-demand specialty. I don't know how in demand it was when you had gone through your residency, but you probably could have worked anywhere in the country, right? But you
Yes.
decided to go back to the Valley.
I felt that I had gotten an opportunity to go to medical school 2 years after high school, partially because they wanted to get a doctor for the Valley. And I feel like a lot of people got that opportunity for that reason. Maybe I would have had to study for the MCAT again, take another year or two if I wasn't a Valley student. But they really wanted to at that point. We didn't have the med school yet here. They really wanted to recruit people for the Valley.
Yeah.
And part of my decision in coming back was like, I do feel that even though I don't have a contract or anything, I was recruited to be a doctor for the Valley. So I had other options, and I could have chosen San Antonio. I could have stayed in Philly, or I really could have gone anywhere. But that helped in my decision making, that I basically got recruited to be a Valley doctor. And so I should come back.
It's good stuff.
Is it?
What? Why wouldn't it be? You think people want to hear like, oh yeah, like I could have gone anywhere, but I guess I'll come back to the Valley. Like, no, that's not what you're saying. I mean,
I also really love my family, and I think a lot of us are like that in South Texas. Like, I like to spend time with my family.
I mean, do you know people who went through that same path that you did, coming from the Valley, going to medical school, and just never looked back?
I didn't want to shame anyone.
But yeah, you don't have to name anyone specifically, but like
absolutely. I would say most of the people that got that opportunity didn't come back.
Yeah. And you're still there.
I am still there. Still here. There and here.
Well, congratulations on announcing your campaign. I'm sure there will be trolls online, but I'm sure that there's a lot of people who are excited by the message and having someone who's not an establishment candidate. When I talk to people about your candidacy, it's always very interesting because I think I feel like you're ideologically confusing to them. Because a lot of people nowadays believe that you have to follow this one set of values if you're a Democrat, or this one set of values if you're a Republican, and that there's no way for you to believe a complex set of things.
Yeah.
Like you can be for better balanced budgets and like giving power back to local governments while also wanting more socialized healthcare. Socialized healthcare or nationalized healthcare?
Well, at this point, I don't think we're fully ready for universal healthcare. I think a lot needs to be fixed. So right now, my plan is more of a private option and trying to get the ability to buy into Medicare for people in certain income ranges. Yeah, but we got to do a lot. Like, I think there's a lot of work at multiple levels that has to be done in order to potentially consider universal healthcare at some point. I think we're really far away from that being a possibility.
It would be really great to eliminate that no man's land where you make too much to qualify for subsidies for your healthcare, but you also don't make so much that isn't a major hassle for you.
Yeah. Well, and some of those things are the reason why people became really frustrated, and maybe some of those people directed their frustration at the Democrats. Because that was really frustrating. Yeah. Like, you work hard, you're doing everything right, and then you can't afford a good plan, and then you see other people that have an option to get Medicaid. Yeah. So, I understand people's frustrations for sure, but I think we need to direct it at the right people and the right issues.
Do you think there's a world where we have just like a more fine sliding scale of health insurance coverage options?
Well, I honestly think that we kind of have to get away from the insurance companies as much as possible. I don't think that they're really working well for us.
Is that something you learned when you were working for them?
When I worked for them, I only did it because I needed to be there for my daughter, and I wanted to sleep at night as well. I still have been doing ER shifts for sure, but I wanted to have less nights where I stayed up all night. Yeah. And so I was able to balance that. I would never do anything that goes against my principles, that I feel is immoral. When you're inside of the insurance company reviews, you do notice that they really do play by the book.
Mm-hmm.
They really follow the latest medical guidelines, but they also create like a very difficult to navigate system.
Administrative burdens.
And they make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of money for middlemen that should be spent on the patients, and we need to figure out a way to get away from the middlemen.
Yeah, if you know a doctor, just hand them a 20 and say, "Hey, doc, can you look at does this look infected to you?" There's no middleman there. It's just as direct as can be.
I mean, that's how it used to be. And doctors weren't that wealthy when it used to be that way.
You heard it here first. Ada Cuellar wants to go back to a barter system for doctors. If your chicken laid some eggs, take them to the clinic.
I mean, that's not exactly what I said, but I don't really see anything wrong with it. Like if you're in a rural area and that worked for you and that met your needs,
yeah.
You probably still have to buy a malpractice insurance policy because just because you barter doesn't mean that you're not at risk.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's like, what? This X-ray that I paid for with a pail of milk is not...
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot wrong, and I think it's not an easy solution. And you have to talk to a lot of people and consult a lot of people to figure out the best way forward. It's going to take a lot of time. There may be some missteps. It's going to take refining, but we need to do something.
Yeah. I mean, we're in an era of missteps right now, so I guess we are on the right path.
We're in the misstep phase.
Yeah. Speaking of missteps, it seems like our commander-in-chief has misstepped a little bit with his response to the Epstein files. There's some backlash all over the internet, all across the political spectrum, about his flip-flopping on not wanting to release these files and also trying to brand it as a Democratic hoax. That's absurd.
Yeah, it's gotten so bad that even Nick Fuentes, known
white supremacist Nazi,
went away from Donald Trump. Was it yesterday, I think? So, pretty bad. I don't understand what's happening. It sounds like this is what I think is really going to happen. I think this part is crazy. They've been ignoring the courts for just about everything, but now they're going to play by the book. Like, oh, well, the courts say there's a lot of information we shouldn't release. Like, there's some names that we don't want out there. A lot of this has to be redacted. So it's going to be funny to see when they're actually like, oh, sorry, well, like the courts just didn't let this happen, because they've been ignoring anything and everything up to this point.
I mean, it would be pretty crazy, like, policy-wise, if you found out that some world leaders were mixed up and all of that. I'm sure that would cause a gigantic international catastrophe and controversy.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not following it right now. I'm so busy, and I've just never been interested in that topic.
Yeah.
So you're like Donald Trump, like, oh, we need to stop talking about this. I
mean, maybe, but not for the same reasons.
Yeah. Well, if y'all read Senator Durbin saying that, like, they were supposed to flag any references about Donald Trump in these files.
Yeah, that was a directive to the FBI.
And it was interesting, too, when they were, I think Kash Patel was on Rogan, and when he was asked about it, he's like, oh, I got to stay in my lane. Like, you're the director of the FBI.
Also, these people were like the conspiracy theorists, and all of a sudden they're not conspiracy theorists anymore. Kash and Bongino.
Is it Bongino?
No one knows.
What do you mean no one knows?
Know.
Someone's got an... I'm sure he knows.
I try to avoid him. He makes me very angry.
I have no idea what his deal is.
I think at this point,
it's
like,
crazy.
You can't even fool your base at this point. Like, all the videos are out there of you having a great time with Epstein. There's been other interviews, and you're just trying to say it's fake now.
Yeah, well,
like, those videos were not
well,
fake.
now he's trying to say that a lot of the stuff in the documents is determined to be fake, and that he's suing the Wall Street Journal because they released some piece about him sending him like sending Epstein a 50th birthday card that was kind of lewd.
Oh, I do remember something. Didn't they claim that the files were made up by Obama, Biden, and Hillary?
Yeah, but I mean, if you look back, there's a couple of videos out there when he's like, "Oh, there's some bad stuff in there." It's like it's gonna come out, and like now when he has the chance to release it, all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, why are you guys still talking about this? I don't know why anybody's interested in this at all."
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be crazy if like this is the one thing that just completely fractures the base. Like, you just fucking lied to us. Like that's it. Like we're done.
We knew it all along, though. Their conspiracy theories have been so ridiculous. Like, how could they be true?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what Nick Fuentes was saying. Like, we got scammed. This was it's gonna go down in history as the greatest scam of all time. Like, he's so upset.
many pods ago, we even talked about how some of the MAGA people were convinced that Adam Schiff and all these people were going to get arrested within 1 month of the Trump administration. Nothing's happened.
Yeah. Well, what would they get arrested for? What?
I don't even know. These people honestly sound delusional, which concerns me.
Well, something actually did happen, though. Stephen Colbert got fired.
Why did he get
The Late
fired
Show
again?
got
I didn't
canceled.
understand that. I did see that, but what's the reason?
I mean,
Paramount's claiming it's just like for budget reasons,
Yeah.
nothing to do with anything. But like right after he made those comments about Trump, about that lawsuit, that settlement, like the show was shit canned.
yeah.
Like it's obvious.
I mean, it could
So
be
you think
both.
it's-
You know, sometimes they need a reason. Basically, the whole reality of late night television is that it is a very expensive show to produce and record, and with fewer and fewer viewers.
yeah, but do you see that even Kimmel like came out for him? He was like, "Fuck you."
Wait, what? So, what was the exact text of what Jimmy Kimmel said?
So Jimmy Kimmel obviously came out in support of Stephen Colbert, and he put out a Instagram F-bomb. He was like, "Love you, Stephen," and he's like, "Fuck you and all your Sheldon CBS." Meanwhile, Trump, on the other hand, went to gloating, and of course said that his Colbert show was terrible and that Jimmy Kimmel is up next on the chopping block.
I mean, it was
Nice.
the Colbert Show had good ratings and was well critically received. I mean, the biggest thing is just the fragmentation across the medium. Like people aren't really consuming late night live on TV anymore, so those ad dollars are not really coming in, you know, and the revenue streams from places like YouTube and other platforms like that aren't nearly the same.
Well, I just find it very convenient that right after he said that, like, he was terminated pretty quickly.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been talking about Trump like bad like the entire time he's been on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's not news.
But I think, is he going to finish, like, his last few episodes? Because I really feel like he's just going to go off the rails because, like, he knows he's done.
Can he? How off the
Yeah.
rails can he get? You know, with the FCC and all that.
I mean, doesn't mean he has to curse. He can just talk a bunch of shit about Trump, like, nonstop. I mean, isn't that what happened with Conan? Like, when he was done, like, with NBC? Like, all his, like, last shows, he's just talking shit about NBC all the time.
Was he?
No.
Yeah.
But Conan's doing pretty well for himself. He's got his own podcast.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it, honestly.
He's as funny as ever. If you ever liked Conan.
I did. I actually went to a Conan show in California once. Front row. I didn't realize how tall he was.
He's like 6'4" or something.
I mean, compared to me, he's definitely
He's
massive.
just tall in general.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Conan was being very combative at the end because he already knew he was done. Like, somebody on a Reddit thread said their favorite thing was, like, he said, "NBC executives think I'm stupid for this whole debacle. In fact, they think I'm so stupid they've asked me to be an NBC executive."
What the hell?
I don't know how you guys don't remember this. Like, yeah, like once he knew he was done and like they had all those disagreements,
Yeah.
like obviously he had episodes left to film and he just like ragged on them the whole time. So that's why I'm saying we could possibly see this from Stephen Colbert in his
Do
last
it.
few episodes.
Do it.
Yeah, maybe he'll be... I don't know. I feel like this takes more of a wholesome approach, though. I feel like he's really mellowed out since his Colbert Report days.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
But getting back to like the Epstein files, I was actually reading something that said like they're making it seem like it's going to be very hard. So like even CNN's own legal analyst is saying that the judge is going to have to determine if it's worth releasing these files, which could take months, years, or maybe not ever. So like I said, I think what's really going to happen is they're just going to play like, oh, we can't do anything. The courts are holding us up.
Yeah. But that's only
Which I don't
going to
know.
make the conspiracy brew even more. Like, what is in there?
And Musk
Yeah.
famously said, like, when they got into that whole argument, that he's definitely in the Epstein files. And we all know he's in there. Like, I don't think anybody doubts that. You've seen that video where he's there talking to Epstein, having a great time. And
Yeah.
then he says, like, oh, I was never really friends with him. Like,
Hard to keep track of all these things. So much going wrong. I feel like that's the least of our worries.
Are you all subscribed to Clickhole by The Onion?
No.
no.
What? You know about The Onion, right?
Yes. What the
Well,
heck?
Clickhole is supposed to be like their like short form, like BuzzFeed style,
Oh, okay.
like satire website. But then this post said, getting ahead of the fallout, Trump is now admitting he did visit Jeffrey Epstein's island, but claiming everyone he had sex with there was well over 120 years old.
That's crazy.
So
That's
I
funny,
have
though.
like these like fake Truth Social posts that are on here. That said,
Crazy.
I did travel with Jeff Epstein, who at the time was known as Jeff, and was only a terrific guy who had no dirty laundry to anyone's knowledge, to his very nice island by a plane that is now called the Lolita Express, but we just called it Airplane at the time. While on the island, despite being surrounded by many very young, very beautiful, and likely very good at sex women, I chose only to have sex with those I could verify were well over 120 years old at least. This island lies in a so-called blue zone, where it is very common for people to have a very long lifespans, so this was not a problem for Trump. Only after verifying by ID that the woman was born prior to 1880, and after asking very nicely and politely if she was healthy enough for sex, would I, quote, go to town on her.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll show you that
Now,
post.
why did they throw in that he went by Jeff and not Jeffrey?
I don't know, it's just like how Trump writes.
It's satire,
right?
obviously,
like that's
but-
how he writes sometimes. I didn't send this
Yeah,
to
I
you.
don't know.
No.
All right, I'm
I mean,
sending
maybe
it
he
to
did,
you.
but it got lost in all the other things we get.
Well, either way, I think this is a very interesting thing as it unfolds. I'm really most interested at the reaction of his base. That's all I really care about, because, I mean, we kind of already know if anything actually comes out, like the actual complete files, I mean, he'll probably be impeached.
Well,
But, I mean, that time traveler that claims...
The time traveler on Reddit?
Do you know about this,
I was
Ada?
like, wait,
about the Reddit
what?
time traveler?
You talked about it, yes.
Yes, he says that Trump does get impeached. So I'm kind of like, if this happens, then obviously somebody has come back from the future.
Like in the movie Back to the
There's gonna
Future,
be
when Biff does
There's gonna
that.
be a time travel truther after that, if that happens.
Yeah, so like if that happens, I'm gonna read that post
Yeah.
again.
I
and
mean,
be like,
clearly, if
okay.
you could time travel, you'd be extremely wealthy like Biff. Just get all the scores on those games and just start betting. Like, I know the outcome of everything.
No, because like I said that was not very important, but he did say that there was a scandal that finally undid Trump. So
Yeah.
this could be it.
I mean, he is also then predicting that the Democrats are going to win the midterms, because I think the only way that happens is Democrats winning the midterms.
We have to ask him if he has the list and see if you already
Is that
won.
guy still going? Is that Reddit thread still going?
No, it's like one interview they did. So
Mhm.
it's just like a set of answers from whatever they asked him. But I'm saying, like, if we can find this guy, we can ask him, does Ada Quaid win District 15 in 2026?
To be clear, I don't believe in the time traveler.
But
What if he's like, yes, that's the future president?
I still would not believe it. Sorry, I do not believe in things like that.
but if things were to come true, would you say like maybe?
No. Still no. I am not delusional, sir.
It's like, man, this guy's batting 100, but like, nah, no way.
He's very good at predicting.
It's just all coincidence.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think that anyone involved with human sex trafficking, especially of minors, and of consuming that service should be held accountable, no matter how rich, no matter how powerful they are,
Yeah.
no matter
course.
how well we may perceive them now, if they are people that are respected now. I think whatever's going on with this, the Band-Aid just needs to get ripped off. I think that there's probably some really important people that are on that list that have been found of wrongdoing or who have been involved in some way. And I think we just need to get through it. Those people will pay for their crimes, and
Yeah.
we'll deal with the fallout or whatever. But man, like, that's just some heinous stuff.
Yeah.
Have you also caught wind of this? How like when Trump said like I don't draw pictures, and like they're posting all the art that he's done that's for sale now.
What?
So
Yeah, he has like some sketches that he did in the past. Like they've been.
Sir,
they're being
maybe it's
auctioned
dementia.
off.
Remember how he was complaining that Jerome Powell was appointed by Biden? But it was actually him.
it's like, I'm surprised he was appointed.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, we don't need old as fuck candidates or people who are as
I mean, don't be an
egotistical.
ageist, though. Don't be an
No,
ageist.
I'm just saying we don't need that. I mean, like they're
Justin Cavazos is saying that he hates older people.
yeah, except for women over 120, verified.
Didn't he actually say like I don't write pictures the first time? I was like, what?
I would say if they're like Jack LaLanne, then they could be really good at 80. Jack LaLanne was amazing at taking care of his body.
Mm-hmm. And therefore his mind.
exercising, I believe, every day, and was really healthy about his diet as well. And he was like sharp at 96.
It sounds like you have a crush on a dead guy.
What the heck? It's not what I'm saying. He is a role model for me in terms
I don't
of.
know. You're wearing a
aging
shirt
well.
with his name.
I mean, not right now, but yes,
Not right
I do
now,
wear
though.
a shirt that says a Jack LaLanne show because I am very much into that type of life. I mean, I don't think I'm going to get to the point of Jack LaLanne, who is literally swimming and towing boats
What?
himself. Yeah,
It's like swimming and towing boats at the same
yeah.
time.
Like he had a chain around him, and he had a bunch of boats behind him, and he was pulling them. Yeah, that guy was amazing.
Yeah, we need more amazing people.
We have a lot of amazing people.
Yeah, but
And we actually have the most amazing person ever in our office right now.
Donald Trump? What?
Yes, he said it so many times. It's kind of starting to believe it because he could get away with anything. That's pretty amazing.
yeah, astounding, befuddling.
Just all of those. Any word you want to use to describe it. It's
I wish he would start being more serious and just start doing a good job.
who Donald Trump?
Yeah.
I mean, he's still on his revenge tour, so maybe if he can complete that, he can start running the country.
We still
But-
have over 3 years of this.
But it's very easy because he gets sidetracked every single day. So like the revenge tour just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
There should never be a revenge tour in life.
Yeah,
I can't think of any phase of life, any situation where you should be on a revenge tour, other than John Wick.
Yeah.
I mean, that was totally
or
different.
like the 2014 San Antonio Spurs. Just
Yes,
demolished the league after barely losing the finals in 2013.
That was a very clean form of revenge. Basketball.
Just completely demolished. Do y'all want to talk about basketball?
Is there something to talk about?
Dame Lillard returning to Portland
Okay, why did that happen?
like 2 days ago.
But why?
Dame's family was still there the whole time.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's a nice place. I've never been to Oregon,
It's nice.
but I hear a lot of good things.
I mean, you would like it if we went to Portland. You can go to Powell's City of Books. Like you actually go.
I used to buy books from
yeah,
there.
you have the mug.
Yes, sir.
It's massive. It's cool.
Is it better than the Strand?
Never been to the Strand.
I thought we were talking about Dame here, Dame Dollar.
Yeah, why
We
would
get
Dame?
very
Why would,
distracted
why would Dame
sometimes.
go back to Portland?
Because
Because his family's there.
because of the bookstore, clearly.
Obviously,
That was the reason.
Because of the voodoo donuts.
I also think that he just realized that he made a mistake asking for that trade because he had a franchise that really did care
Yeah.
about him, and I think Milwaukee just cutting him kind of was like the last straw for him. Like, why am I going to go somewhere else where they're just going to toss me away
Yeah.
the second I can't
That
play?
Portland team's like kind of interesting now. They have some interesting role players and bench guys, and somehow, after trading away both Dame and Drew Holiday, they have both of them back.
There's actually a third player that they also got back as well. I don't know his name, but like everybody's back. And now there's some talk that McCollum wants to return.
CJ?
Damn.
Yes.
But Dame's going to be out probably the whole year with the Achilles, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's fine, but they give him a 3-year deal,
Yeah.
so.
Oh,
That's
wow.
more-
After having the
yeah,
Achilles
that's
tear?
more time for Scoot Henderson to mature a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still not a bust yet.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, very interesting. And also, on the buyout train, Bradley Beal got bought out of his horrible Suns contract, and he's going to go join the Los Angeles Clippers.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Lakers.
No, he signed with the Clippers.
Why not Lakers?
He had interest with the Clippers, and he's going to be a starter. I think that's what he wanted.
Oh, okay.
I mean, who are you going to bump off? I'm pretty sure the Lakers wouldn't have given the starting position. They probably would have kept Reeves in the
Yeah,
lineup.
the Lakers need a center bad still, don't they?
They got Aiden. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
I was very confused by what you just said.
Oh, yeah, they did get Aiden. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Now, where have you guys been?
I don't know.
No, I was hearing what he said, and I'm like, what? Didn't they get DeAndre?
Yeah, definitely upgrade over who they've had.
Yeah. But LeBron James is still old.
And we're still trying to see where Westbrook's going to end up.
Denver's not going to keep him?
I don't know.
They should. I think they should.
I mean,
If-
Denver
if
looks
they-
good. They got Bruce Brown back.
Yeah.
They got Cam Johnson. They're looking pretty
But
nice.
run it back with Russ, too, if you can get him cheap.
There's actually talk that OKC may have interest in bringing in Russell.
What? He's going to get a championship then. I mean,
Yeah, there you go. Get
if there's
that
not a major
ring.
injury.
I mean, that would be the perfect homecoming story.
Actually, I've heard that LeBron is going to make the decision to go
Well, that's what
to
they're
OKC.
talking about. Like these players, like go back home at the end of their careers. Like Wade actually never played for the Bulls, right? But he was from Chicago, so he ended up going there at the
I
end.
think he played a little bit.
But I mean, I'm saying like he started his career in Miami, right? His homecoming was actually going back home.
Yeah.
LeBron returned to Cleveland. Now Dame goes back. You're starting to have these players going back at the end of their careers, and that's kind of why they're saying like the Dame move going back is kind of what makes people think, you know what? Why wouldn't OKC want him back? He's still a productive player. He can still give you good minutes, and
Yeah.
I mean that'd be a really good person to run your second unit. Like
yeah.
the way he plays and how young that team is, it's actually kind of perfect for him, I think. If that's what ends up happening.
Yeah, I mean, if there was any weakness that was shown on OKC, it was sometimes that minutes loss that you would get on that second unit. You know, the main reason why that finals ended up being so close was because of how much Indiana's bench outplayed OKC's.
And you saw what he did against the Clippers when was it in the first round. Like he was still really good. And we thought he was really good all season. People always want to look at shooting percentages,
Yeah.
but the impact he has on the game is still pretty large.
I think people need to be less obsessed with those stats,
Yeah.
like percentage.
Yeah. And also, I think just in the broader picture, because of all this second apron stuff being in effect, it's just a lot harder to make these gigantic free agent moves, and trying to find the money to move around, even to trade a superstar, is going to get a lot harder. So I think the guys taking the contracts now too have to make the decision about it being about more than just money, like, or more than just basketball. You know, where is the best opportunity for me? Where's the best opportunity for my family? How much do I consider legacy versus just like the Kawhi or LeBron? I'm just going to make a super team and see if it works out playing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Clippers actually set themselves up really well. I was really upset when they lost Norm Powell, but Beal's actually younger, and Collins is also younger than the other player that they let go they were talking about. And they actually only spent like an additional $10 or $15 million. So they potentially upgraded and are able to sign more players at this point.
Yeah.
Which, of course, like Kawhi and Beal have been hurt a lot. So on paper, it could be a really good team. We just got to see how health plays out there.
Yeah.
That West is still loaded, though.
Yeah, definitely is. I think OKC's definite favorite.
I mean, like, what does a healthy Dallas look like?
What about Houston?
Houston is considered the team that could dethrone them at this point. But we have to see how that works out too. KD's going to be a year older, but hell of a coach there. Really good young talent. And they upgraded somebody that was giving them like 5 points a game
Yeah.
in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
But again, Katie should not be considered the typical 35-year-old. How old is he?
36.
I think that his minutes are consistent more with like a 33-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a lot of time
Yeah.
off from injuries.
Well, he'll be 37 very early in the season because
Yeah.
his birthday's in late September.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's still playing, I think, at a really high level. Some people are trying to say his defense is falling off, but
Sure.
if you watch the games, it's not that his defense is falling off. He's playing like on a team that's not very good at defense, so your impact also gets lessened. Your stats go down.
He's still long. He's still tall. Because of the way he shoots the ball, I think that's a super sustainable way to carry out the end of your career. You know, instead of a hyper physical, body breaking style of play.
Yeah. Didn't you see a game in Brooklyn with me?
Yep.
And we were just like, what the heck?
Yeah, Katie
I mean,
had over
he's-
50 points.
Yeah, but also just the way that he could get a shot over anyone because of how long he is.
He still looks exactly the same
Yeah.
physically. I think he's just smarter now too. Like he doesn't hunt those drives anymore. Like, sure he could do it, but he's like, for what? Like, I don't need to do this to be effective.
Yeah.
So I think he could have a couple more years. I mean,
Yeah.
he hasn't shown any signs of slowing down. He doesn't really play too many minutes, so hopefully we don't get like a late career injury like Kobe, and then he ends up like fading away. Like if he stays healthy, I mean, I don't know if he'll beat LeBron's scoring record, but I don't think he's ever cared about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Katie is one of my all-time favorite players, and I'm very sad that Houston has him and not San Antonio. I really envy the Houston people. It's probably going to be really good.
Yeah, but
Well, I mean, it's only one more extra hour to drive there to catch a game.
That's true.
yeah, but your heart's with the Spurs.
Or a 45-minute flight.
I mean, the San Antonio is also interesting. I mean, they've got like so much young talent. Everyone's going to be healthy next year.
Yeah.
Wemby is cleared from his blood clot to come back to basketball.
Yeah.
He's been practicing at the Shaolin Temple, you know?
Spurs forever, but I love KD.
And who knows? Like, what if Milwaukee's season starts to go south and Giannis gets traded to San Antonio mid-season or something?
Man, Giannis is amazing.
Beautiful man.
So a lot of interesting things to watch out for.
Yeah, and we haven't really talked about the East.
Yeah, no one cares.
I no one cares with the Halliburton injury and with the Tatum
I'm
injury.
just
A
kidding.
Tatum injury.
I'm kidding.
I mean, Atlanta looks interesting.
Orlando looks interesting.
Well, pretty soon we're going to be watching again. Before we know it, the NBA season's going to start again.
Just counting the days. Counting the days. We'll watch some of those horrible summer league games while these like kids fresh out of college are just jacking up all these horrible shots. I don't know if it's their nerves or whatever, but there's some a lot of questionable basketball being played in the summer league.
Yeah. Well, it's more for evaluation.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but it's gotten worse now. Like
What,
now,
really?
everybody's so worried about their stars. Like they'll play like 1 or 2 games and they're shut down.
oh,
Cooper Flag played 2 games and that was it.
yeah. I haven't been paying attention to summer league for quite some time.
It's not what it used to be.
When you went, remember when you went? That was cool.
Yeah, I mean, and that was actually the draft of Wiggins and Jabari Parker, and like they played like all the games. Everybody was hyped to see them. It was fun to see like the crowds would get, the arena would get packed whenever they were going to play.
Yeah.
And now you go out there and you've got to catch those guys either on the first game or not at all sometimes if they just choose not to put them in there. Because didn't like Chet miss his first season with an injury?
Yep.
He had the Liz Frank fracture like right away before the season even started.
Yeah. People are scared. But there's a load you got to start dealing with, right? For the competition. A lot of the older players, especially folks like Charles Barkley, are just saying that people are getting injured more of the time because they're not in shape. They're not preparing themselves for the load of the season. And I don't know if sitting out games like this is part of that culture.
It might be.
It's hard to know.
Well, I don't know. Like, if I loved basketball, regardless of how good I was, I think I'd probably just want to play.
Yeah, but also consider the fact that they have to play so much. Sometimes when you have to do something too much, it kind of takes the love out of you. Like when you love emergency medicine, but they beat you down with so much of it, you're like, all right, actually, it's too much. Like I can't even catch up and enjoy how interesting this is and how I'm helping people so much.
I don't know, because then you have players like Kobe, KD.
Yeah, you have
Jordan,
people like
who
that.
just like they loved it. They loved every part
Kevin
of it.
Garnett too.
There's some rare people, but I think it can get to a point where it's too much.
Yeah.
And it's hard for you to enjoy anymore.
I feel if you're making that much money, like I'd be pretty obsessed with basketball too.
Yeah, that much money, sure. I can see that part too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm doing like a lot of music writing for work stuff, and I have to write a lot more music than I have lately. And I'm like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do this.
Well, that's good. That's good, sir.
I'm not making NBA money yet, though, so TBD.
Not even making pod money.
This is a negative income pod. It's all a labor of love
Yeah. Well,
and a labor of comment.
if you're new to the podcast, if you're coming here because of, Ada announcing her candidacy for Congress, welcome to the show. Thanks for listening. We've got over 50 episodes in the backlog. If you haven't listened to those, you can find them on Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. They're also hosted at casadecavazos.com. We'll also take mailbag questions. I'm sure we'll be getting a lot more nowadays. I don't know if the questions are just plain like harassment from the internet. But you can send them to casadecavazospod@gmail.com or reach out to the podcast on socials if you want to ask some questions, if you want to talk about sports, if you want to talk about the Valley, if you want to talk about the issues,
yeah. We like to talk about a lot of things.
Yeah. And where can people find out more about your campaign and possibly donate to it?
drquayadforcongress.com.
drquayadforcongress.com. Not going to spell it out because it's a long website, but I'm sure you can find it if you are out there. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you later.
Until next time. And, scratching himself.